what's going on YouTube? It's your boy English, Beer, Rap and Banter podcast once again.
And I'm your boy Kal Sereousz. It's the Chuckle Brothers coming to you with another banging episode of Beer, Rap and Banter podcast. And today we have none other than...
Skillit!
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
You said Chuckle Brothers.
Yeah, man.
That's a part.
To me, to you.
Am I the dead one? Who's the dead one? No.
Barry, I think Barry's the dead.
You're dead out here. Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me, guys.
This is family inside.
100%,
So yeah.
100%.
Yeah. How you been, man?
Good. How are you both, man? I haven't seen you, man, in a hot minute.
Yeah.
It's been a while, man.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm loving the show. I'm loving the Beer Raps. And thank you for having me, man. I've always wanted to be a guest on here. I'm loving the setup.
Any standout pieces for you?
Of course, Jay Dilla, F the Police. This Operation Doomsday album is one of my favourite albums of all time.
Classic.
The War Report, CNN.
One of my favourite albums of all time.
100, Big L I see over here. Size them up in Ebonics.
Yeah.
Legend. Actually, a big influence in when I was doing the rapping thing full time. He was one of my major influences.
Just tucked
and
away.
Incarcerated Scarfaces and Ice Cream, Break One and Ghost, and obviously the Red Man, the What. Big up Rodney P.
So just basically every record then.
Literally everything, isn't it?
You're basically feeling every
That's
record.
Task Force, isn't it?
Yeah.
I couldn't recognize. Oh yeah, Maestro. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got the mix, and we got the Arsenal.
Davis.
I know you're a Liverpool fan, but we got the.
I don't know what this is about.
This is you got to spread
One
love.
out of the gods. That was a big one, bro.
No, I
It's not about the Arsenal vodka.
I got love for Arsenal.
Oh,
You have
no
to.
doubt,
You
no
have
doubt.
to. You have to.
But yeah, to be fair, you kind of touched on your influences, so we might as well get you to expand on that. Can you give us your top 3 selected rap influences?
Oh, we going there?
Oh,
right
straight
going
away.
straight in, fam. No,
I think Busta Rhymes is a huge influence on me. I think creatively, even musically, but creatively very much so. I was obsessed with Busta Rhymes videos growing up. So the Hype Williams, which kind of lends to the reason why I do what I do.
Well, we're going to talk about your videos in a moment, but yeah, go on. Busta Rhymes. Yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Oof.
Yes. Ooh.
I'm just talking hip hop.
Influences.
Here's the thing, because I'm a massive music lover. So there's so many influences, really. But if I'm talking straight hip hop, and I think Biggie as well. I think Biggie.
Okay.
Biggie's one of my influences.
Okay.
So and Jay-Z, of course.
Are you sneaking in a fourth one there?
Jay-Z as well.
We're stuck in about 12 members
Jigga
with
Man.
Wu-Tang.
And Jigga Man.
So you talked about Busta Rhymes being an influence visually, and everyone that's watching this would have seen Busta Rhymes videos and his whole style. So let's talk about, with your music videos, because you are known for having some amazingly elaborate videos, out there videos that you're acting in. How important is that for you as an artist to have that visual side?
For me, that's number one.
Yeah?
I mean, you could rap till the sun comes down. You could, I do my bit lyrically, but I don't think I'm as lyrical as a lot of rappers in the UK. I don't think so. Me personally, I think more my strengths relied on my charisma and my personality more than anything. Obviously, I had to step up my lyrical game, my pen game, because I was working with some people that are just out of this world lyrically.
Yeah.
But for me, they don't have the charisma that I have, and that's not a knock on any of them. That's not.
No, this is what it is.
They're all family tree.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to put myself out there in situations that they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm willing to laugh at myself that they wouldn't. I'm willing to do things that are just different. And I think that goes across the board with the UK. And I think there's a lot of people that are more successful than I am, who's made a career in music. But if you look at their videos and you match mine with theirs,
No, they don't compare.
I
put your videos up there just as in any genre, any music of any, just visually. Just,
I appreciate that.
I mean, they're just.
you know what? And that's love. I really appreciate you saying that, because I do get that. I get a lot of responses where people say they see my video and they don't even just say that's one of the best music videos in the UK. They just say that's one of the best music videos I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate things like that. And that's the aim, that's the aim. I want to entertain. I feel like music videos as an art form has kind of been lost.
Definitely.
I think it's easy just to go to a car park,
Well,
shoot a video, and it just blows up. And the funny thing is, my videos don't really blow like that.
No.
But it has a following.
I think everyone can see the difference between, some guys that just got a couple dogs out and shot a video on the block.
Yeah, and some of that work.
Yeah, someone that's put a concept together.
This is the whole transition.
It's a really dope video.
So talking about the importance of music videos and visuals, we grew up on Yo MTV Raps.
Oh, 100%.
And
that's a major influence in
that is that for me. That is
Because in the 90s era of hip hop, they weren't messing around with videos, man. Like they were making sure their videos were Hollywood budget, top notch videos, and that's the shit I grew up on, and that's the shit I really want us to enforce.
So the transition of music videos to what we see, hood videos as they were now called, and you know, big up everyone that was making hood videos and just making low budget ones and then blowing up.
No, I'm wrong with that.
No. It's definitely...
He begs to differ.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't knock people's hustle. I mean,
no, you can't. You can't.
Yeah. So, I mean, how important was your own input, your own creative input into making these visual masterpieces?
Very much so. The only, you know, if you look back at school, yeah, I come from parents who are teachers. You know, my brother Mentalist, he's a teacher. So
big up teachers.
They're strong in academics. I didn't do well in school. I did not do well. The only GCSE I really excelled in was drama.
Really?
So
makes sense.
So I kind of feel like even though I haven't really enforced me to go down that route, that's in a way that always comes back to that. And I kind of do believe that's kind of like my calling in life, is either acting or just being a personality in a way, you know. So music was never really like music is something I did for love.
Yeah.
I love music, so I thought I could hang and do it. But I never really saw myself career-wise as a musician. How things are kind of going now, I do believe it's going to lead into more personality-driven acting or whatever. And so I feel like that was my selling point, was making sure my videos were something that you will never see, like something that stands out.
Sorry to cut you there, bro. But you just mentioned your family and your roots. And
yeah.
The listeners might not know. We actually had your
100%.
brother here.
This is a kind of we kind of went all over the place with this.
Straight away, I had all my notes and he just went.
Introduce myself.
Right, when he's have a drink.
For the guys who don't know who the hell I am, who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
I go by the name of Skillit. Walthamstow raised.
Tokyo shit.
Yeah, Walthamstow raised from a East London baby. Started rapping. You know what? Funny enough, I kind of got into rap quite late because my older brother, Mentalist, shouts to Mentalist, and my homeboy Loudmouth, they were doing the rap thing. So they were my like idols growing up, you know? And they were killing it. They were everywhere. They were in Choice. They were One Extra. They were in Kiss. They were, you name it. They were just blowing up. And then my brother, that's a year younger than me, he was providing them the beats. So me personally, I didn't really have the confidence.
You're like the hip hop middle child.
I was like the middle child. I didn't really have the confidence to actually pursue music. I was doing my own music thing, but it was actually quite comedy based. What I was doing, me and my boys used to come from college and come to my house, and we used to make these little funny, and I just did that to make the man them laugh. It was never anything serious. I made a little joke, parody MySpace. It was just to make the man them laugh. That's all it was. And then, but I thought to myself, you know what? Let me just try and see if I can actually just rap. So I made this EP called Talk of the Town back in 2007. And it's funny, for some reason, I think it's affiliation with Loud and Mentalist, and obviously at that time, blogs was very popular. Everyone used to have their blogs. So I just posted it up, and this blog called Better Never Than Late, I don't know if you've heard of them, but they were a very successful blog. They didn't even know who I was. They just saw the artwork, and they were like, you know what, I'm gonna share this guy's EP. Right. Shared it, belongs to me. I was in uni at the time, belongs to me. That got so many streams from that blog. And people would just come up to me like, oh, I love that tune. I did a tune called Skeen.
Skeen?
Yeah, Skeen. I did a song called Skeen. And people were saying to me, Skeen needs a video. Skeen needs a video. And I remember going to, do you remember Carhartt? Used to have these open mic sessions. Yeah. Charlie Slough was there. TB was performing. Yeah. Shout out to Tuberculosis. East London, man. He was doing his thing, so I come to support him. But Slough spoke to me, and Slough was like, "Listen, man, I've been because he was a big follower, a big fan of Mentalist and Loud." He goes, "Yeah, man, I heard your Talk in the Town EP." He gave me the advice that you should do a video for Skeen. Not knowing that same day and that same event, I met Darren Rahman. Okay. And I gave Darren my CD. I said, "Darren, here's my CD, Talk in the Town." That was it. Didn't think anything of it. Bumped into him like a week later, and he goes, "Hey, man, we will listen to your EP on the way home. And I really like that song Skeen. And I make videos. Let's make a video." And then the rest is history. And that was the first ever video I ever made. And that went off. That went viral. So.
Well, all your visuals, because you've worked with Darren closely. Yeah. And you worked with Jake as well.
Darren became a really strong...
Yeah. And
shout out to Darren.
Yeah. And big up Jake as well. Always putting in the work.
Yeah, shout out to Jake as well. Cameraman.
And having worked with Darren as well closely when I used to do music videos and whatnot, so he, you know, he's really creative and you can bounce off each other really well. What would you say has been your favourite video or favourite scenario filming? Was it the Tom Shanks, which I know you got a bit, it was pros and cons and you got a bit of hate from, but it was positive. Was it the most recent one, which has been blowing everyone away?
Did you hear a funny story about Tom Shanks?
Go on in.
You know when I
break down Tom Shanks for those who don't know.
So Tom Shanks is a song, which is a comedy song.
It's a parody. It was a
parody.
grime parody.
So it's funny because I do serious music, but there is obviously my personality is to make people laugh. So I do like to make little funny songs. But Tom Shanks is basically a song about a man and his infatuation with his best friend, which is a shank, right? So we did this video where I got one of my homeboys to dress up in a shank suit.
Didn't you get
we made a shank suit.
You made a suit
and
as a knife.
You gotta see it. It's crazy. And we went out, we was doing all this nonsense with the bond. The whole video is a bond between a roadman and his love for a knife. We shouldn't make jokes about these things because these things are very serious. So this is not.
You're laughing now, but this is when was this?
And this is 2011. But this is not a joke. We're not trying to make light of knife crime. We're not trying to make. You know what I mean? I've got people in my family that are very, you know, that's been affected from things like that. So that I would never take the piss of anybody's pain. It was just a little stupid song. That's all it was. But when I was uploading it, Trident honestly thought this was a Roadman song, and I announced the video's gonna drop at a certain time. They blocked it for a good hour.
Wow.
It fucked up my whole shit, but it's fine. It's cool, but it's just, you know, it's one of those.
You did get into a bit of heat. So what's been your favourite?
My favourite video to shoot. I Love Women. We went France for that. Yeah. We went to an Indian restaurant.
Yeah, because you had the different girls.
Scene.
Yeah.
Went France to shoot. We shot a black exploitation scene.
Well, I don't want to say too much, but it looked very good. And the
models,
everyone looked.
I'm still friends with the models today.
Yeah.
You know
amen.
You know how to. The black exploitation.
It's one touch because you was doing.
Yo.
Question is, did I beat any of them?
No.
Alright, blood. Oh, you got a bag. I didn't. But we're still good friends. They're my homegirls.
But business over pleasure.
No, 100%. I like to keep it professional. I'm not Cosby. You know that one's there.
Woo! When you mix the jello with the...
Did you like the way I was rapping on the beat? Anyway.
We can't even make fun of that as well.
I want to announce we don't make light of date rape. We don't make light of that either. No, there's so many videos that I enjoyed. The wrestling video that I made, that was fun
sick.
to make.
That was amazing.
That was proper sick.
Because
so many, I just make sure I just have fun and make sure the whole team has fun. And obviously the recent one, I shot a video, a Kung Fu video that's actually done well.
That was phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
Bust your head.
Right, so there's a new video, check it out, Skillit, Bust Your Head on YouTube. I haven't really fully pushed that because that's leading on to something bigger, which I can't really get into.
Well, we can talk about it off camera though.
Yeah, we will. But it's good.
So you spoke about like the wrestling video you did, and you are a big wrestling
I'm
advocate.
a massive wrestling fan.
And you are.
When I say wrestling as well, I'm talking about Mexican, Japanese.
Wow.
I'm into my wrestling. Not WWE, wrestling.
You know, the only
wrestling.
thing I know about Mexican wrestling is Rey Mysterio Jr.
One of the greatest of all time.
Is he the best Mexican wrestler?
He's definitely up there. There is so many athletes from Mexico that are just outstanding. But yeah, I'm gonna say Rey's he's like the Hogan of Mexican wrestling.
So you're now known.
Real Mascaras as well from back in the day.
Oh, you're digging.
You're showing the knowledge right there.
I'm speaking in tongues.
This is all the wrestling fans are now logged in now. So you're known as well.
You've lost subscribers. Anyway, let's
Never that. It's hard to lose 0 subscribers. I'm joking. Subscribe.
Beer rap bands.
So you're known as well for doing your podcasting with the Kick Out podcast.
And Gorilla Position.
So just talk about the Kick Out first,
sure.
and then that will then lead on to Gorilla Position, which is a
one
great
of my
name.
dearest and nearest friends to me is DJ Ace from BBC One Extra.
DJ, yeah.
He's had me on his show back in the day when I was doing the music.
Come on the show one time.
Yeah, you probably will still. I could probably get that sorted. Every time we would talk, it was either music or wrestling. That's all it was. We never really talked about anything serious. It was just always a wrestling conversation. And I remember, shout out to Lama, it was his idea actually. We were in a nightclub together and Ace was DJing and I was just jamming with Ace and we were just chatting about wrestling. And Lama was like, you two should just do a wrestling podcast. And the rest
Just
is
like
history.
that.
Rest is history. We had a wrestling podcast. Our first guest was Kurt Angle.
Wow.
And from there, we just and we got.
It's a hell of a first.
Yeah, that's a mad first guest. How did you finesse that?
Had. Ace, man. I didn't nothing to do with me. That was Ace.
Shout out to
So
Ace.
he was big into wrestling.
Well, Ace was big into wrestling. And actually, Ace had the hookup with WWE as well. He was doing a lot. They were flying him out to WrestleManias and shit.
to play and stuff.
Yeah, just to watch an interview.
Oh, to be a representative for BBC.
Get him on, yeah,
Okay,
100.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
like from there, the WWE started to know who I was, and they started enjoying our show. So they were flying me and him, and we always review their big shows, SummerSlam and WrestleMania every year.
So you're doing your thing, man.
Yeah, man. So it's a privilege.
And then
Congrats to Ace.
that's then snowballed and built up, and then the Gorilla Positioning, which was
So
picked
Gorilla
up with
Position-
TalkSports.
And TalkSport so TalkSport and Sky Sports as well, affiliation with them. I met them guys in Texas.
Wow.
They just love what I do. They love my character, my personality, and
Who doesn't?
And they knew. Thank you. And then, some women don't. And then they knew that my knowledge was there, so they just got on board with them, and we're doing really well. We're hitting over 50,000 streams every episode. So
Yeah.
it's just we just need to make sure we make some of this.
Come on,
Of
get that
what
coin.
well we do.
But that's building
So what was that?
that's building organically as well from something that you love doing.
100%, and it's something you love. I'm not really a money man. If I'm going to be honest with you, I will invest money to my stuff.
Yeah.
To hopefully better my career somewhere. But if it doesn't pay back, you keep going, man. You can't look into money too much.
We
man.
obviously know that you're creative, so
Yeah,
you need
that's
to create.
That's it.
That's what it's about.
I get off creative.
But at the same time, you need to get paid for
100%.
Because a lot of creative things don't really pay very well.
Of course. And hopefully what's going to happen with this thing that will lead to that. But at the end of the day, I just need to create. If I'm not creating, I feel like I'm losing.
Yeah.
And if money comes, that's a bonus. I think Get said it best. I was doing it in the grind team. When the money comes, it's a bonus. I don't know. I can't remember the bars. I'm a bit drunk.
What are you drinking there, by the way?
What are you drinking?
Hennessy and Coke.
Henny.
Henny. This keeps you strong, man. I can't do well with wine.
He's drinking that straight earlier.
Bad man don't drink wine.
Yeah, what do you mean, man?
Look at white wine. Look at white wine.
Bro, he mad.
Clearly not a bad man.
Oh, you also asked me about my family, didn't you? So my dad, the music stuff comes from my father. He was a calypsonian in Trinidad. So I'm from Trinidad and Tobago. My dad was a
got the
calypsonian.
Trinis.
Di Alberto. He had a couple bangers back in the day.
So you come from a musical family. So your dad was a sound man and did music.
Yep.
And then your brothers.
They just took it on, man.
Took
And
it
like,
on.
listen, it's funny. Like, I've got 4 brothers. Three brothers all do music.
Yeah.
And myself. The eldest, he got married and he just became a responsible man.
So we
From
had-
an early age. Then you had Mentalist doing his music,
Yeah.
doing his thing. Myself, Kana, and my little brother now, Henry.
Yeah, Henry's doing his thing.
He's doing his thing now. He's
And
got
all
a
that.
big tune that was on Grime Daily.
Yeah, he's
blowing
doing
up,
his
so
thing.
He's doing his thing as well.
So what was that like in the household then, sort of with your parents' musical influence from the West Indies?
Oh.
And then you've obviously grown up in Walthamstow with rap and then some elements of
Fashion.
grime and garage, but mainly, are you a soca man or
I
calypso?
do love my soca.
Yeah?
I do, but I think I've started to love my soca as I got older. I think I was...
You can appreciate.
Yeah, when you were younger, I was into the calypso.
Okay.
Because my dad was a calypsonian, so you'll know the classic calypso, the Black Stallions, there's so many artists I can mention that we would listen to. But soca was like, okay. I think I was more into bashment when you were younger, you're more into bashment, more into dancehall, because that was more in the radio airwaves. But then I think when I went to Trinidad Carnival for myself back in 2011.
How did you find that?
Oh, the best carnival you will ever go to.
I've heard
bro.
it's definitely top 3 carnivals in the world.
Listen, I went with my brother in 2011.
I saw the footage.
Every woman was just outstanding.
Wow.
8, 9, 10, nothing less.
Wow.
8, 9, 10.
That's numbers.
Then I made a miss. I'm not gonna say it. But then the year after, I went with a lovely lady. I mean, it was great. I had a great time with
Different
her.
experience.
I had a great time with her, but I couldn't do the 8, 9, 10. You can't.
Nah, you gotta go with the man them.
Jesus.
So
So
Trini
next time we're gonna man them
Carnival.
again.
Let me
Trini
just try,
Carnival.
Trini
Let me
Carnival
just
is
try
the
and
best.
visualize this.
The
like,
best, bro.
How much
We'll have
better
such a
than
good time.
our carnival, like our Notting Hill Carnival? How much better than that is?
No, but
Trini
our carnival ain't like what it used to be.
No, because
growing
our
up,
carnival's still dope.
Hearing the question, he's asking.
You still go to Notting Hill Carnival?
You
No,
make me
because
sick.
as a person, I'm sure there's a
You
lot
make
of
me
our,
sick.
I'm sure there's a lot of our listeners and viewers that have never had the
Listen.
privilege of going to Trini Carnival, but
Okay,
maybe you've been
alright.
to Notting Hill Carnival.
Hey, listen, I
So
go
what's
to
the
Notting Hill
difference?
Carnival every year. I
Right.
love Notting Hill Carnival.
Of course you do.
But it's not the same, bro. You're talking about hot, nice weather with hot, lovely women. You don't even have to be a fan of soca music, bro. But by the end of that day, maybe not even the end of the day, by the 6th, 7th hour that you're there, you know every song. and you become a Soca fan.
To be fair, the only time I listen to Soca is when I'm at Carnival as well.
100%. But if you go Trinity Carnival, you're going to become a Soca fan. Maybe not afterwards, maybe not when you come back, but while you're there, you're a Soca lover for the rest of that time.
All right. I've been meaning to go to Rio Carnival as well. I hear that's one of the best.
That's
ones in the
amazing.
world
I've never
as well.
been. But I would suggest you go Trinity Carnival first.
Bucket list, man.
100%.
It's got to be done.
Man, the women, man. Jesus.
Oh, man.
So real.
So we spoke a little bit about your brothers. Have you guys ever done like collaborations together? Because I would love to hear like.
You never heard the Quarantine project that we did?
No, but just the brothers, because Quarantine's obviously you got Loudmouth in there as well.
So that's
Pyro.
Yeah, but they're like my brothers too. You have to understand. They're my brothers too, man.
Brothers from other
That's because one's white. That's because one's not ain't got the same mother. They're my brother, man.
Okay.
They're my brothers. But I hear what you're saying in terms of just the direct blood brothers. Yeah, we got something called My Brother's Keeper. It's bubbling, a couple of tracks there. We just get, creative differences. That's what it. And that's, if I'm gonna be honest with you, that's the reason why Quarantine kind of stopped. It's creative differences. People are going different ways, and it never affected us as family. We appreciate that.
That's an interesting point. They're talking about Quarantine. So,
So we were popping. So we did so basically, Quarantine is myself, my brother Mentalist, my brother K-Night, and then my homeboy Pyro and my homeboy Loud. We were always doing music within each other. We were always collaborating. And I believe it was a DJ on Twitter that was like, why don't you guys just come together and make a team? So we did an EP that was dropped in 2012. And it did really well. But people were wanting more. And we just didn't, I don't know. We tried to make an album. We got to the studio. But I felt at that time people were just in different places, man.
Do you think it's hard with so many people moving together?
Yeah, it's hard, man. And then people were just like, Loud was started doing this thing in this TV world.
Big up Loud, man.
He wanted to just focus on that. I can't knock him. Can't knock him. He gave
Lemonade
his all.
Money.
Lemonade Money, DV Production. He's behind a lot of stuff that you've seen on TV when it comes to
Loud's
urban
putting in
shows.
work, man. We've got to get Loud on the show,
Shout out to
man.
Loudmouth, man. And, Pyro, people were just all different places.
Yeah,
K-Nat was in a different place then. And it's just what it is, man. It is what it is. So after that, I just started focusing on my solo album, Skillit Bang. Got Barry Scott up in there, which I want to make a...
You just dropped that in nonchalantly, Just... Was you...
Barry Scott.
You wasn't working with him or you...
Yo, here's the funny thing.
Yeah, here we go.
So a lot of people feel that Barry Scott connection was through TV.
Nah, talk
because at that time I was doing a lot of TV work. But nah, I used to work at London Eye. This is true stories. Let's go real here.
Let's go
Take
real.
off the layer. I used to work at the London. That's how funny this world is, man. This is how funny life is. And I think everybody goes through this. I was working at the London Eye and Barry Scott walks in from Skillit Bang, the advert, Skillit Bang. At that time, 2 years prior, I announced on a radio show that, shout outs to Braids, Emmanuel, Iron Braids.
Yeah.
Shout outs to, his name's The Fly Hooligan now.
The Fly Hooligan.
He's the one that named my album Skillit Bang.
Wow.
2 years prior.
How about that?
He had me on the show. He's like, listen, I'm loving your videos. I'm loving your work. When's the album coming? I was like, yeah, it's working. But I was delaying it because I wasn't happy with the music I was putting out at the time. And he was like, when you do drop an album, call it Skillit Bang. Okay? So I was like, okay. But I didn't see it until Barry Scott 2 years later walked into my work. And I was like, all right, I've got the marketing scheme. We just parody Skillit Bang with Barry Scott on it. All I got to do is get him involved. I didn't have to pay him a dime.
He was
involved.
all involved. He's back on TV now. He's back on
He's back on the Skillit Bang.
I think you helped him.
I helped him out, man.
Wow.
I hope.
He
I like to
him.
think that. I don't think that's true. I kind of think that they needed him, to be honest, because I think they tried to replace him and they weren't the same.
You busted him still.
But that was sweet. It was so much fun working with him, and he was so professional. And he was a fan. He listened to my music.
That goes to your creative thing of sort of seeing that and putting it together.
100, man.
Other artists might have taken themselves too serious to do that.
Oh, I can't do that.
But you don't take yourself too serious.
I don't take myself serious in life.
You're a serious person.
I am, yeah, obviously.
But whenever I see you on the train...
it's all love and happiness.
It's always love and happiness.
Course,
and that transcends. Keeping on with the podcast talk, you spoke about the Kick Out podcast and Gorilla Position. Just talk about your other podcast you got going.
All-purpose seasoning. So that's still kind of... we've made episodes.
Well, I like it, because it's...
Yeah, it's about passions.
Yeah.
I like the title as well. That all-purpose
seasoning.
We
cover all grounds.
Seasoning's very important.
It's not a case of, and I hate the fact that people think that somebody's a nobody because they're not on TV or they're not having millions of views. Bullshit. Everybody's somebody.
True.
And everybody has a story.
True that.
And that's what it's about. It's about having your story be told. I don't care. Back in the day before TV was invented, you were influenced by the man down the road.
Come on.
Local carpenter making local wood. Make a little boat. You were influenced by Bad example. But you know what I mean? But you were like, that man was a hero to you because he provided something for you. Do you get what I mean? Like,
I'm trying to see where that was going, innit? I was like,
hey, Joseph was a carpenter.
yeah, because he's making the beds.
Joseph was a
I
carpenter.
don't know where I was going with that example. But what I'm saying is, I feel like people are too consumed of thinking that somebody's somebody because they've been told that somebody's somebody. That's not true. You got the man as a hero, you know, that's probably changing man's lives on the low. You don't know. I want people to talk about their stories, their experiences, their failures as well, because you need to learn from your failures. And I feel like sometimes failures is the biggest success of all. Because
you learn from
you know
your
how many times I failed, bro?
You learn from
Bro,
every single L
I've
you
failed
take,
so many times, bro. I've lost so much money, bro, that I've invested in myself and invested in things that I
No,
believe
that's
in.
one thing I always respected about you. 'Cause
Bro,
me myself as an artist, I was always a bit reluctant to pump loads of money into my creative pursuits
You
because
can't regret that.
I
man.
knew I could make money from other ways. Like I could
Yeah.
make X amount of money if I did this on the road, or I could make X amount of money if I just set up a website and did something. But if I put money into my music, I wasn't 100% confident that it was gonna come back to me.
I'm never, bro. Most of the time when I put shit into my music, I know it ain't gonna come back to me, but I'm still gonna do it because when I'm dead and you look back at my work,
Legacy.
it's done. You can't say nothing. You know what? Skillit put in work, you know, and that's what I would rather have. I would rather have you talk about me when I'm dead than maybe it's been a flash in the pan. You get me? So yes, I lose bare money, but I don't care. I remember a certain man was like, "Oh, Skillit, that video was mad, sick." But how much money you put into that? Why are you asking that question? You get me?
Well, that's the interesting kind of question people know the answer
People are,
to.
yeah, but
How much does it cost
But
to
they don't
make
need
one
to
of
know.
your
Yeah, but they don't
big
have- they don't
budget
need to
type
know,
of
bro.
productions?
They don't need to know.
You
If
can't
someone
put a
wants to
price
get
on a
that,
dream or
100%, bro.
our creativity.
Bro, you
so-
can't, man, because when it does,
Not cheap, trust me, I won't know.
Hey, people want to hear the numbers, man.
Darren was giving in their mace raise. He got loud in the TV with the editing. No, joking. You can't put a price. Look how we've got the thing set up. So people are watching our podcast now, yeah?
Yeah.
And people are thinking, bro, how much are they spending on lights and all this and
We
whatnot?
got a hook up, innit?
Yeah, but
no, but that last video I did, that cost me a lot of money.
yeah, but it doesn't. It shouldn't
Cost me a lot of money.
People are always going to ask.
but it might pay off.
People are always going to ask because people are too inner. How much you pay for that?
Yeah.
What are you doing for that? Because they want to. They might not even want to try and replicate it. They just want to know, oh, he spent $5,000 on that. He spent $2,000 on that. It's like,
But that's fine.
You don't need to know.
Because
All
the
you need
road
to-
is long, motherfucker.
That's it.
The road is long.
So all they need to know is if you want it, you just got to put in the work.
Is long.
Got to be prepared to do what it is.
The road is long.
have to do it
It's
like-
gonna get to that destination, man. I'm the tortoise, not a tortoise. People want to be rabbits. I've always been a tortoise. They
wanna be that hare,
It's all
they wanna
about.
go.
It's all about taking your time and getting there where you need to be. Slowly but
Deferred
surely.
gratification.
You can taste the difference between the Henny and the rum, the spice
It's
rum.
the wave. It's the wave. It's the wave. It's the wave. Sorry, am I supposed to show?
No, just drink, man.
Okay, is that gonna
Wait. Have you drunk all of this
a
much?
little bit?
He's fell perfectly into the trap, the beer rap and banter podcast trap.
Got him. What other questions gonna ask?
Getting, I guess.
What happened to?
And another one. Oh.
Oh, bottle that man on sight.
You can't be asking them man two questions.
That's your boy. That's your boy. I'm not gonna trash your boy.
So,
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute, because nobody knows
Yeah,
who
go
we're talking
on,
about.
ask.
So if there's a
I'm an open
story
book.
here,
I don't know what the story is.
What
You ask
happened
me,
there?
know him. I don't talk to him no more.
Yeah, but I don't know what this be, because I know the brother, I don't know you, but I don't know about this.
No, there's never a beef. Like he was supposed to be managing my career. But that's fine because I kind of think I was doing everything myself anyway.
Yeah.
But my whole plan is my whole point is if you want to step away, talk to me, innit? Be a man. Especially when I'm somebody that's all about respect and decency. I'm gonna say this now because I haven't had a chance to say this for a while.
Let's
So
drop some gems and
I hope you're watching this because you know.
Jules.
But you need to talk to somebody, innit? If you feel like you ain't up for the job or you ain't up to take, you know, say Skillit, you know what, this ain't for me, and we could be calm. I'm very understanding, bro. I'll be like, you know what, that's cool. Because maybe certain things I didn't really handle things perfectly. You know, you're young, whatever. So that's cool, and I'll be a man about it. But the fact that he just locked me off. There's no messages, and I know you still talk to you, man.
I think there's a
It was all
lesson.
just about Ric Flair in his wedding.
I think there's a lesson we can all learn from that, which is communication. It doesn't matter what kind of relationship you have.
100%.
It doesn't matter if it's business
100%.
or if it's just a brethren and you're trying to expect.
The
Communication is
disrespect.
important.
Guess
man.
what
You
I'm
have
saying?
to communicate.
I'm not about disrespect.
man took it there.
Anyway,
I was going to sip my Hennessy and say nothing
You
for
sit
the...
your Hennessy.
I'm going to
Listen,
say that.
there's some things going on. I know you're a very sort of topical guy, a very opinionated guy. There's some
Hit me
things
with your
going on
rhythm stick.
in the world.
Hit me.
Hit me.
Hit me.
Did you see Jill Scott's video?
What she's doing the blowjob thing. Listen, man.
What do you think of that, fam?
Why is that a big deal?
It went viral. It blew up. Everybody's.
We all have sex.
You know. Yeah, we do.
We all have sex.
We do.
I believe now more than ever people give oral sex. Back before that was a bit taboo.
Yeah.
People did it, act like they didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oral sex is normal. It's natural.
I rate her for doing that, though. And the thing is,
Listen, man.
her music
she's
is quite
showing us how she
raunchy.
treats her man in the bedroom.
her music is quite raunchy.
She's just showing you, yeah, I'm about this conscious life, but
Trust
I can
me.
get down if I wanted to.
Prince.
And that's natural.
Did you see the video, fam?
I don't. Yeah, it's good. Still.
She's on the stage and she's
But
like
I'm not-
treating
I'm
the
not gonna say-
microphone
you know how
like
you-
it's a knob, and she's
Yeah,
proper
yeah.
noshing
But
it
hold
off.
on,
And
but hold on.
at the end,
Prince was doing that. Prince was doing that for
at
time.
the end, she's like,
Prince is
Right there. I got a bit excited.
Like my cow.
bro. I was like, yo, let me see if I can slide in those DMs
Cal,
get that.
Yeah,
Have you
but
ever
Prince.
Have you ever watched
Right,
Prince's
so
live shows?
talk on Prince, because you are a
My
big,
God.
you're a
Have
big
you ever
fan
seen
of Prince.
Prince's live shows?
I haven't, no.
That boy, when it comes to the guitar, he's one of the best.
Actually, you know what?
Bruv, he used to strum the guitar like it was a vagina.
I
blood.
remember one
He used to
time,
strum
fam.
the guitar like he's fingering a clip, blood.
You know what
so
I remember, fam?
this is something that artists has been doing for years. It's
Bro,
nothing.
I remember one time
It's just performance, blood.
being with you on the cutting room floor was with Darren, and then you was literally watching some performance videos, and I think there was a Prince video.
Prince, I love Prince, man.
Yeah.
I saw Prince 2014 Electric Ballroom. He was doing those, you know those secret gigs.
You know he used to come to Leighton because
Yeah,
Leanne
the girl that
LaHavas.
he was laying down. Yeah, that
Was he
girl,
like-
yeah, he was laying her down. Yeah, yeah. They did music. They did a lot of music together.
Did they? Was he
Yeah.
laying it down?
Come on, it's Prince.
It's Prince,
But-
yeah. But Prince, I think Prince is like, in terms of that sexual energy, is like David Bowie as well. Like
Oh,
he could get
100%.
he's either side.
I don't think Prince was gay though.
What?
Bowie was gay. Bowie.
Prince is definitely,
No, Prince never said he was gay.
bruv. You don't need to
As
say.
long as the man admits it, to me, he went gay. He never said he was gay. He loved women. Obviously, he was very effeminate, of course.
Yeah,
very
his
effeminate.
fashion sense
Bowie
was mad
came out
effeminate.
and said he was bisexual.
But then these
then he
type
got married to Aman, innit?
Yeah.
But what was I saying was, what I was going to say to you was, but this is happening for time. Like, it's
You see
performance,
Prince
man.
in concert.
Yeah, I saw him in the Electric Ballroom.
In Camden.
Those secret gigs, yeah, those secret gigs.
How was it?
Bruv, best £10 I've ever spent in my life.
Only
Wow.
£10.
Bruv, he did 3-hour
What?
show, nothing but hits.
You see Prince for a tenner.
£10.
But what got you onto Prince? Like who was it that introduced you to Prince to be like,
So
okay, I'm
always
gonna
loved-
focus on him.
I've always loved Prince.
In
but
and around the
if-
house
if I'm gonna
or
be
through
real,
friends?
No, if I'm going to be real, it's Loud and Darren.
Yeah.
Them two that really got me really into Prince.
Loud is. I want to hear Loud DJ set because Loud knows tunes.
he knows
he
his
used to
music, man.
post. Big up Loudmouth, yeah.
Samples,
Big up Loud.
Sample Fridays.
Samples on Instagram and
Sample Saturdays or something
yeah.
like that.
And,
that
if you
had
don't
everybody
know,
talking,
like I don't know in it, like but I love the sound. But I used to think, oh, who's this artist?
Do you know what's mad? A lot of that.
Because he's a producer and he
and you know what's
knows.
mad? A lot of that ain't research.
No, it's just him.
A lot of that just
Yeah,
shit that he
Loud's a
knows.
guy.
Just music that he
Lad,
knows.
come on the show, man. Stop petting, man.
Come on, man.
Get out of South and come visit us, man.
Yeah, man.
Love to Loud. Love to Loud. Love to everyone. You just got me mad on that whole thing. I know you talk about something. You got me
I
waiting.
got
for the
another
Henny.
question for Skillit.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Have you been taking part in No Nut November?
So I can't.
Is that through choice or through?
Well, I know you sing.
Certain men ain't getting no nuts in November. Certain men are getting a hug and that's it. And
Cow.
it's cold.
Wow. You know why I can't? I'm all for
It's too cold for
I'm
that.
all for celibacy. If you want to be celibate, I'm all for that. Because I feel, to be honest with you, if you're celibate for a little while,
Yeah.
you're going to focus more on work. I do honestly believe that.
Honestly,
I think that. But the reason why I
But
can't
is
do
this
it,
no nut-
but
is
do you know
this-
why I can't do November?
go on.
When was I born? 18th of November. I'm having sex on my
Are
birthday.
you born the 18th?
Yeah,
my
my
wife's
birthday
born.
was-
My wife's born the 19th.
Right. My birthday was
Scorpion.
last week. I'm having
Yeah.
sex. I'm not going to not.
Happy
Birthday
bro.
sex.
Come on, man. I can't not. If it was an October thing, maybe. But no one's saying that, so...
Is this through choice? Is this through choice? No, not.
Oh, it's a viral thing on the internet.
But
Like,
is it-
people
is
are
it-
just doing No Nut November.
No, but I do think it's important.
Is
I
it,
do think
is
it's
it,
important.
is it a thing where even if you've got a girl or a partner or you're seeing someone, you're choosing to abstain?
Yeah,
from
some
that?
people are saying, babe, you know what we're doing? It's No Nut November. It's
I
a
think
challenge.
that's-
It's like
I
an
think that's
internet
important.
challenge.
I think you do it. You would
You know,
enjoy
like the
sex
ice bucket
more.
challenge.
If you don't have it
The
regularly...
ice bucket challenge.
Remember when everyone was putting
Listen,
buckets of ice
I-
over them?
And that was dead. That was just a hype.
But it was like a hype. Everyone was doing it.
Listen,
Everyone's doing No Nut November.
I love sex, innit? But I do feel like there should be a moment where you should kind of hold back from it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're with somebody. I'm not with anybody at the moment. But if especially if you're with somebody, it'd be good to like, babe, let's not do something this time.
Yeah.
And when you have it, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know?
I agree.
You know?
Actually,
And I do feel like, Mega and Mayhem from SAS.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. They're my
Yeah.
boys. So we had a chat about this and they were telling me how they did this thing where they didn't have sex for time. Not even bash. For time. And the shit they got done, because you're focusing on the shit.
Productivity.
I remember when I had a girl full time, I was doing bare shit because You know you got a girl there. You don't have to chase tail. You get it when you need it, and that's it.
Bro, do you know how much time you
focus on
waste
so much
when you're
work.
chasing
When you're
women?
single like me and you're just in your room and you're depressed with a duvet over you. You got a duvet over
No
you.
lights on,
You know what I mean?
like they
I'm
even
not
had a
actually
shower with
thinking
them
about
on.
making money, but I got a duvet over you. What am I doing? I'm going on Tinder. I'm going to bubble. What am I doing that for? Speaking of Tinder, swipe left. I had a tune called Swipe Left last night.
That was a
did
big
really
tune
well.
as well. That was a good tune, so.
I sold it back to myself. No, but Swipe Left did really well.
It did really well. Did you manage to swipe anyone off the strength of the record?
So funny enough, yeah, if you look at that music video, yeah, there's a loads of women in that video that are part of the swipey.
Yeah.
A lot of them is
Lawsuits.
is
Or like
Conquests.
a little thing I
Okay.
wanted to just put in there.
Just let
For
everybody know
myself.
what time.
Let man know, innit?
Eags. Nah, but you know what? Bless up the people that took part of that, man. That did really well, and it went viral. And big up to Uni Lad. They did.
Yeah, I heard that. They just spoke about that on Talksport and Talk Radio.
Yeah. Talksport, because it's a concept that everyone can relate to. People that use Tinder. It's a parody song about Tinder. So yeah, man. That's what it is.
Big tune, man. So what, have you got any more music in the pipeline that you can tell
I
us
always
about?
make music. I've been a bit slack this year, I'm gonna lie. But I've got loads of songs that I haven't put out that I'm willing to put out. But
You've
I'm
been
just,
concentrating more on the presenting because I see you on the
That's
red
right.
carpet. So what was it? Was this the WWE Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I was in the Hall of Fame the other day in New Orleans.
So just nonchalantly, how did you find New Orleans first?
I love it.
Did you go out in New Orleans?
It's a shame though because you're there for work. You don't. You get to enjoy yourself and stuff. Don't get me wrong.
But you
I
can't
went
go
up
too
to
ham.
what's it called? What's it?
Bourbon Street.
Bourbon Street. You know, I went up to Bourbon Street and them things there, but I felt like because I was only there for 4 days, and literally work was every day. I was working every day, so sometimes you go to Bourbon Street and it's a bit late, and you still have vibes, but you don't go and explore other streets.
You can't go in.
People were telling me, yeah, you need to go to this street. I didn't have time for that. So because of that, I felt like, man, I kind of missed out on certain things. Because I'm a big music man, especially live music. So I would have loved to see.
It's a
great
big
place,
jazz
you know,
scene.
check out
Yeah,
the
it's a big New Orleans.
You
yeah.
saw a little something. You saw a little people, little trumpet people playing their thing.
No, but you want to go to the. You want to
Yeah,
go
man.
down the
And
stairs
I wanted to
into
do
the
some,
cellar
and I
at
wanted
some
to do
proper
something-
music
and I love
thing. Yeah.
history and architecture and architecture
Yeah.
and stuff. So I wanted to see the tremors, what happened with the floods. I wanted to
it's a
see
big-
all of that.
Big French Creole, like it's a massive community.
but I didn't get to
yeah.
do all of that. So
Next
I
time.
missed out. But, I had a great time.
So you're concentrating. Would you say more on the presenting thing? So how was the working with the W and the?
I love working with them. I mean, I'm a massive fan of WWE. They know how much I'm a fan of. They know the passion I have for them. So they always welcome and they're always lovely. I'm trying to angle a job with them. I don't know if it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Who
Hey,
knows?
speak it.
But
Speak it, man. It's gonna happen.
But they, I have and then the wrestlers as well, man. I feel this era of wrestlers, they're so nice. I feel like if I was doing this in the 90s, but I would have hated it.
They're a bit more
I don't
welcoming. So how are you finding the transition? So obviously we're of an older generation with WWF, and then there was WWE, and then there was NWO, and I know you're talking more.
NWO is different, but yeah, go on.
Huh?
Yeah, go on. NWO is different, but go on.
No, I know. No, but it's still.
Totally
Yeah,
different.
go on.
Yeah, I know it's totally different,
Yeah.
but how have you found the transition in the wrestling? Not only them coming up to you and being sort of open to talk, but the whole show, like Monday Night Raw, SummerSlam.
Oh, well, it's not the same, is it? It's not the same.
Is it not? No, but why is it not the
It's
same?
not the same for what we grew up watching, because I feel like back then wrestling was even so much more popular. Wrestling was like on the same, you know how X Factor is now?
Is it not popping like it is now?
No, it is. It's still popping. It's still a massive thing around the world. But I feel like in terms of 90s wrestling,
As a
that
brand.
was just like,
That's all.
bro, you know how many ratings they were getting? They were getting 8-point meals,
Wow.
9-point meal ratings. Stone Cold Steve Austin was on top of the world. Like that was traditional, real TV. That's like people that watch X Factor here.
Yeah.
That's how people watching wrestling.
I think it was.
Well,
on
wrestling
Channel
is
3
soap.
back in
It's
the day,
like
wasn't it?
soap. It's
Oh, yeah.
soap opera.
I never understand when people get confused about, oh, you watch wrestling, isn't it fake? I don't understand. Like, I'm like, hold on. Like, it's like acting. Like, you watch a movie, nobody says to you, oh my God, you watched Avengers.
Game of Thrones.
Isn't that fake?
I can't believe
it's
it.
the same thing. Like, what?
I watched Avengers for the first time. He killed me about it. I didn't even know about Thanos and them, man.
Can't
I
believe
watched
you
it for the
took so
first
long
time
to
last
watch
night.
Infinity
Hold
War.
on, like, when you say
Like,
the
just
first
watch
time,
the
Literally,
Well, did you watch any of the Marvel movies before?
I watched Black Panther with him.
And that was it?
And
not
I've
really a
watched-
big Marvel
I've watched one or two.
Makes you
I am.
sick. Makes you
Yeah,
sick.
I need to swap seats because
You missed out, man.
I'm not really.
You have.
What?
It's
Yeah.
alright.
You guys, open up the floor. Avengers? Oh man, you man are missing out.
It's my real
That's,
superhero.
I hear that. But yeah, no, but wrestling,
Wrestling's changed a lot.
But wrestling,
Wait a minute, and guess where that superhero is based from?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
Four.
all right,
Dr. Doom.
but Right now, the people behind the screen are saying, just say it.
Let me do the top 3 wrestlers.
If you want, yeah, go on.
So Ric Flair,
Woo!
Nature Boy,
Nature Boy.
I knew you would have been loving the banter.
Oh hell yeah!
He's hilarious.
But technically, he was dope as well.
Yeah, he was a sick wrestler of all time.
This
Brett
top
the Hitman,
3.
Brett the Hitman Hart.
This
Yeah.
this your
Brett
top
the
3.
Hitman Hart all
You don't
day.
have to overthink it.
Brett-
Don't overthink it. See,
No, I'm doing it.
This-
Flair, I'm doing it. I'm done. I'm Flair, Brett. I'm gonna say the Macho Man Randy
Randy
Savage.
Oh yeah!
I've always said shit. I'm fucking the mic. I've always said that I want to get married to a woman. How he proposed
With what's her name?
Elizabeth. Even if my woman's not called Elizabeth, I'm still saying it. Elizabeth, will you marry me?
What's your top 3? While he's thinking of his finishing moves, what's your top 3 selected wrestlers?
Wrestlers, I was thinking of finishing moves, but wrestlers, I'm going to have to go with The Rock.
I think The Rock is the greatest talker of all time.
The thing is,
I
I'm
don't think-
not like a hardcore
Yeah,
like, wrestling
I
fan
think he's
to
the
know
greatest
about the technique
entertainer.
and
The
all
Rock
of
is the
that.
greatest talker, entertainer in wrestling,
Yeah.
period. But I don't think he was a great in-ring wrestler.
I liked him. His personality is what shone through. I was watching
fair
wrestling for
enough.
entertainment,
Yeah,
not
well,
necessarily
there you go, there
the
you go.
technical
Yeah.
moves. and
Stone
stuff. So
Cold?
for me,
What about
The
Stone
Rock
Cold?
was
I
in
love
there.
Stone Cold.
I'm gonna go with Chris Benoit. I just
Man
thought
with
he was so
a 1,000
The
moves.
savagery.
I was gonna mention it, but I can't.
But the way he
You're not allowed
ended,
to.
the way he ended his life was
After
a
what
bit
he
crazy.
did.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bit.
Don't you think it's
crazy.
mad
I
the
love
way?
Benoit, though.
All
I
right,
love
so
Benoit,
to talk about Chris Benoit, don't you think it's mad how Griselda Records and West Side Gun, big
Who
up
I
them,
met them in New Orleans.
big
I think.
fans of that? Yeah, big fan of West Side Gun, have used his image and
did the
put the
third album.
artwork, but then putting it on hoodies and then pushing it, but then people are a bit upset because of what he's done in his history.
Yeah, and I can understand people. Being
The same
upset
thing
about
with
it.
Hitler. The Hitler
Yeah.
wears Hitler wears Hermes
I think that's
products.
just their style, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
but you can't argue with people being upset about that because that
Yeah.
guy did something horrible, and it's like you can't.
So you got Chris Benoit, you got The
I
Rock.
kind of want to take him out.
So I didn't mention
No,
him.
he's up there. He's up.
Trust me, I was a massive Benoit fan.
He's
Like-
the man with 1,000 moves.
That's Milenko.
That
Was it?
triple crossface was just too much.
I just got scolded. I thought I knew my shit. Was it Malenko?
Yo,
D. Milenko.
Sorry.
man,
It happens.
and
Just say Undertaker.
me personally,
Yeah, for
no,
real.
Undertaker was actually my number one.
Undertaker's my
favourite
number
wrestler.
one
I'll save him until the end.
entrant as
I'll
entrance.
save him until the end.
I remember when Ted
Favorite
DiBiase
entrance.
brought him in as his secret guest in SummerSlam.
991. Yeah, classic.
Yeah, Mr. Perfect.
That's what I said.
And let's go on to you.
Perfect, yeah, perfect as well.
Let's go on to you. What's your top 3, man?
Top 3 wrestlers.
Yeah, man.
I'd say,
Just say
Scott
Hulk Hogan.
Steiner.
When he was younger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Steiner brothers from
Outstanding.
WCW.
Outstanding.
Scott Steiner. I'd say Bret Hart.
Mm-hmm.
2, and I'd probably say Undertaker from his dominance and just what he is. But I like the technical, smaller wrestlers.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
the
So that's why I say Scott Steiner. That's why I said Scott Steiner and Bret Hart.
Rey Mysterio was sick as well, man.
But and then in terms of finishing moves, well, you tweeted like what was the funniest finishing move or name of the finishing move or something. I said the camel like.
Yeah.
I tweeted you saying the
Yeah,
camel
camel
clutch. We used to run up on kids in school and give them the $1 million dream and say, yeah, we do that to you and you dream of being a millionaire. So we used to run up on kids in Leighton and put them in a sleeper or the $1 million dream. And they were just crying in it because obviously like no one wants to get that, but it's tough.
English
innit?
is the bully.
I weren't a bully.
Newsflash.
I'm too short to be. I weren't about that life, but I could talk a good game to get myself out of a bullying situation. I could talk myself out of many situations growing up. So yeah, that was my 3 wrestlers.
Cool.
So you're a bit
And I think for finishing moves, Perfect Plex,
perfect plex.
Stone Cold Stunner, and maybe the Sharpshooter. I'm just gonna say that. That's not probably my real answers, but
This is because you're drunk and who
yeah,
cares?
I'm waiting.
You're gonna have people going, "Oh, I can't believe you said that, Skillit." You.
Yeah, I know.
I always thought the Razor's Edge was a sick finish.
Oi! Don't get me mad.
Damn.
Don't get me mad.
Randy Orton's
I'm on the Henny now,
TKO
Rich.
as
You see what
well.
you done to me?
Oh man.
Big up everyone in the background. He got me.
Henny gang.
I got Hennessy with the Nigerian Guinness right now.
Henny gang. That is
Oh,
lit. That is
man.
lit off
That's
the
a
head.
combo.
So yeah, listen. As we begin to wrap this up, so you've got the podcast with
So kick out, grid position, all-purpose seasoning podcast.
just can't keep up. You're doing the presenting, and if you got new music dropping.
So there might be a new series. I remember I did that Fall to the Floor TV show that I did.
Skillits word of the day.
That was No Hats, No Chains. That was back in the day.
You know what?
Oh,
But there was a
sorry.
Fall to the Floor show that
Oh, I remember that on the
That's
sofa.
gonna have a new series. So I'll
I
be on
kinda
that.
wanna-
Is Lad producing that?
Yeah, I hope so.
I kind of wanted to ask you to give us a word of the day if you could, brother. That would
Ooh.
be dope.
your slang word of the day that we would have used.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna say.
What's your word?
My word of the day today is excellence. And I feel like you guys
drink to that.
are on some verge of excellence.
God bless you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Excellence for Stanley, because we did say RP.
Rest in peace to Stanley.
Rest in peace.
Who influenced my whole life.
Excellence.
Not really, but he was a big part of my
No, he's a
life.
big
Kid,
influence,
childhood
yeah.
and adulthood.
As much as Dilla did, Stanley.
I love Dilla. I love hip hop.
But Stanley's like, you know.
Yeah, Stanley's up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stanley's the greatest rapper of all time.
Great rapper.
The greatest rapper of all time died. The greatest rapper of all time died on March 9th.
When did he die?
When did Stanley die?
The other day, innit?
If you don't know the
Greatest
cannabis,
rapper of all time died the other day.
that was a cannabis reference to Biggie dying.
Probably the
People
greatest
don't know.
battle rapper of all time.
No.
Oh,
That's the bit
on record,
battle
maybe.
rap song. Yeah.
Who? That?
Yeah, the second round knockout.
oh,
Yeah.
that's
Better than Ether.
Yeah.
because Ether and
I would say
Takeover.
so.
You think
Ether and
second round
Takeover definitely
knockouts?
up there.
Now we're gonna talk.
I'll say so.
You think second round knockouts the best battle rapper of all time?
Cannabis second round knockout is the best.
Better than the
battle.
Bridge is Over.
He didn't win.
Better than the Bridge is Over.
I love the Bridge is Over.
The Bridge is Over.
But
The Bridge
Cannabis
is over.
didn't win the battle.
Yeah.
So in a way you can say it's not.
Right.
But
No,
that
but-
song.
But
It's crazy.
he had
That
but
is,
wait a
that
minute.
is, that is.
He had Mike Tyson and himself saying the two
legendary.
most questionable
Running
words
on the
of all
beach
time.
with Mike Tyson.
Eat that.
MCs.
I'm gonna eat-
Yeah, I know.
What's he gonna eat?
Ass, I think he said.
Yeah.
No, but that's an American thing. They talk about I'm gonna get in that ass. Like
Yeah, you can eat that ass.
Well, I lie though. That's how they talk. I'm gonna get in that ass.
Listen,
I think
Meaning I'm gonna beat you up.
That's a beautiful. Well, not beautiful. It's a great song.
I'd put that up there.
was wrong.
I'll put that up there. I'll put that up
I
as one of
agree.
the
It was
greatest
a great
battle
song.
rappers of all, as one of the best rap disses. But what about Hit 'Em Up? Hit 'Em Up's better than that.
Hit 'em up's, Hit 'em up's cool. I never really.
Only because Hit 'Em Up was a literal
Yeah.
body bag of everybody.
do you know
Mobb
what?
Deep, Nas,
The whole
Biggie.
Junior
well,
Mafia.
obviously, but
The video was
My
funny
favorite.
as well.
You know what one of my favorite battle songs is? Common. I see the bitch in you.
by Pete Rock, produced by Pete Rock.
Listen.
I see the
Ice
bitch
Cube
in you.
Ice Cube had no comeback for that. He had no comeback. And that's kind of what made Common's career.
No, Resurrection made his great, and the
It
DJ
did,
Spinner,
but what
the
I'm saying
Spinner
is-
remix of Resurrection
Yes,
and an album.
You are right, but what I'm saying is,
Thank
like,
you.
in terms of people not seeing Common as just one.
Any
Wait,
rapper
one
from
dimension,
Chicago.
yeah.
You could bar.
Well, the fact that Pete Rock, because the story behind it is like when he got the beat from Pete Rock, and it was like Pete Rock was maybe a bit more apprehensive about it, but he dropped it, and it's an amazing diss record. But you
Can
wouldn't
you guys
even know.
name all the landmarks here?
Wow.
Wow,
St. Paul's Cathedral.
Switch! Are you on this?
St. Paul.
St.
St. Paul's
Paul's.
Cathedral.
What's that?
I don't even know what that is. Come on.
That's a museum of some sorts.
London Eye.
That's where he used to work.
Yeah.
London
Tower
Bridge.
Bridge.
London Bridge or Tower Bridge?
Tower Bridge.
Tower
Yeah.
Bridge.
There's a Gherkin,
Gherkin.
the Shard,
Shard.
Big
Big
Ben,
Ben. House of Parliament.
and
Yeah.
and a clock,
And a clock.
and there's
you.
Skillit. And you should be there.
Thank you.
Skillit.
That's what I wanted to do. I was thinking of that all day today. Listen, thank you for having me, guys.
Listen.
What a great show. I love it. I love it.
We're waved. This is the Beer Rap Banter podcast at Beer Rap Bants at Ings LT.
At Kal Sereousz.
At Skillit World. SKILLIT World.
He's got into your grime bag, the SKI.
SKILLIT World. Remember that tune Ready Tonight I did? That was good.
I'm ready
That's
to.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I jumped on that. I tried to jump on the remix. It was the middle and it never. I know verse and
The remix
everything.
is supposed to be you, P Money, and Gets. That was going to be the remix.
Oh, that would have been
What,
hard.
me, P Money, and Gets?
That was going to be the remix.
Oh.
We all know would have come
didn't
out on top of
happen.
that one, innit, boys?
You know why it didn't happen?
Not me.
A very important person in the.
Well, what happened? They clashed each other.
No, they clashed. They fell out.
Oh, who
And
won
a-
that clash?
and a very
We'll talk about that in
important-
another
a very important
episode.
person in
We
the
spoke
gra-
about that, didn't we? Who
A
won
very
that clash?
important A&R in the grime scene said to you, because you don't need a remix for that. It's fine. It's a great song.
You don't need English on that record. It'll ruin it. You got two.
Now, he just said you don't need a remix for that. I think that was his way of saying, yeah, guessing P ain't getting along.
No, that clash was legendary. We spoke about that clash on one of the past podcasts. Everyone's got their own preference. Check it out.
Gets one that for me.
We're not going to talk about it now live.
He was
on air.
hard though. He was definitely
It's
hard.
Beer Rap and Banter
Great
podcast.
clash.
Beer Rap and Bants. Subscribe, YouTube, SoundCloud. Just Google us.
Subscribe,
Make sure you
subscribe.
follow Skillit. Make sure you check out all the past interviews, all the
it.
past episodes.
Get it in.
Big up Jake, big up the team behind the scenes.
Shout out the whole squad.
Good night, God bless.
We out.